Okay, I actually ended up taking 2 rest days in a row because yesterday turned out to be a really beautiful day and my husband wanted to hike and I was all for that. So my legs got a little extra rest, which was good because they were still sore yesterday. So today is another lower body day. I'm going to be doing front squats to begin with, and then I'm going to do some heavy deadlifting, I think. Actually, I forget what weight I'm supposed to start at for the deadlifts. But legs are feeling good. Hoping for a good showing today. And since the programming has switched, it's only lower body today. Pretty much just hamstring and glute focus. So let's get to it. All right, we're doing a little bit heavier front squats today than I did last week, and with a lower rep range. Supposed to be shooting for 3 reps in reserve, and I'm trying to really focus on keeping an upright torso to prevent my hip from pinching. Might have been a little more than 3 reps in reserve, but I feel like I need to practice good form at this weight before I jump up, so I'm going to keep the weight the same for another set. Range of motion check. Let's see how that squat depth is doing today. That maybe felt closer to 3 reps in reserve. Feel like I didn't do too bad on the depth either. I'm gonna take a look and see how I'm doing. All right, I'm really excited for today's format. We're doing a top set and then 2 back down sets. I loved when I was doing Juggernaut AI, for like the last block, I think like the strength block leading into peaking. We did a lot of top sets and back down sets, and I really love that format. This app is giving me a suggested range for my top set. Should be able to do it they suggested a top set of 2 at a weight that would be about a 4 rep max, which I warmed up, and I am actually at the top end of the range that they suggested for me, so that's very exciting. So I'm going to do this for just 2 reps, and then we've got back down sets of 4. Felt pretty good. I did feel like I'm having a little bit of my usual problem that I have with my form, where my hips start to rise before my chest rises. So I need to keep an eye on that and try to really tighten up the form for my back down sets. back down set. This is going to be 4 reps, and I'm going to focus on bringing my chest up and my hips back before they start coming up. Actually, I think that was the wrong thing to think about. I felt like I did not achieve that on my first 3 reps. And then on the 4th rep, instead of thinking about like leaning back, I started thinking about like pushing my hips forward into the bar. And that rep felt a lot better. Okay, final set. I don't know how that looked, but that felt pretty good. I was, again, mentally cueing myself to wedge my hips forward towards the bar. And again, don't know how it looked, but it felt like it was working. We are going to test the limits of my hamstring that I injured last fall. So now I've got a superset of these hamstring rollouts. I forget exactly what they're called. Slider hamstrings, I think they're called in the app. Doesn't matter. Supersetting this with Romanian deadlifts. My hamstring has been feeling good. I just have poor range of motion on it still. I feel like I should not go too crazy on those. It feels uncomfortably stretched with my legs all the way out. So doing a few less reps, and won't go too crazy with those this time. Okay, I think I can take those up a little bit in weight. I'm going to start using these Romanian deadlifts to work on my range of motion now. Coach is slacking today. Guess I have to coach myself. Range of motion check. Finishing up today with a little glute and ab superset. Okay, quads took over a little bit on the previous set of hip thrusts, as usual. I don't know, I really don't know what to do to prevent that. All the little tricks and different foot positions don't seem to help. So I guess I do feel glutes for the first few reps, so that counts for something. Okay, good lift. Everything actually felt pretty good today. Hip is doing great. Knock on wood, it felt totally fine today. So that is amazing. I'm really excited about that. Deadlifts felt good pain-wise. Definitely have some work to do form-wise. You know, I would say I've never been perfect at deadlift form. I've always struggled with my hips rising too early, specifically. So I'll be working on that for a while. But otherwise, they're feeling really great. They moved really well. I am looking forward to seeing some training max increases. Really excited that this cycle happened to be a deadlift cycle. Really looking forward to seeing what I can accomplish by the end of the block. So that is it for leg day. Tomorrow will be upper body day again, focusing on bench.